And I'd like to welcome you back to the Stat Junkies Podcast. Once again, it's the Stat Guru, Mr. Thursday Night. And as you see, we got the crew together with us tonight. We got the big homie with us to the right.
Sir.
And to the other side of him, we got Gentry. Making a live
appearance. My man 50 in the building tonight. Yeah, it's lit.
Hey, man, this has been a long time coming. I want to start off with that. We done talked about this for like 5 years. This is the OG crew right here. Right. Existence now finally happening. Man, it's so good.
Right, yeah, there was some moments in time when niggas was like, yeah, it would be nice to be doing some podcasting and hop into the game. Yes. For real. So, yeah, to see it coming to life, man, that's real. Fact, shout out to everybody watching tonight too, man.
Hey, remember to like and share the pod. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. And don't forget, we have a special coming out next week. But I think we should start first off. We got to start off with Paige Beckers. Not only was she the #1 draft pick in the draft that just happened, she also just signed a huge deal for Unrivaled, which we'll be getting into in a second. How do you feel about Paige being #1? What's up there?
First of all, as far as like when I look for people on top of it, what they call it some of the best, I'm looking for just dominance itself, man. And can you dominate out there? Can you take over a game, and seal the deal for your team, man? And she's one of them ones where she can step up to the plate. Any challenge, she's willing to take it on. I can just see confidence in her eyes, man. And they deserve exactly where they need to be as UConn, and she deserves exactly where she needs to be right now, man. She one of them ones, for real. There's only certain people that have that type of courage and, focus and that killer instinct. Really, just saying that even, just the confidence levels are so high. Shout out to Paige, man. She's definitely one of them ones. Been watching her for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you ain't wrong. And to fill y'all in, around the first year of her Unrivaled deal she just signed, she's going to be making $350K. And the one step further, in her 3-year rookie contract that she just signed, she's only set to make $247K. So she's set to make more in 1 year from the Unrivaled deal than she is to make in 3 years playing in the WNBA.
Hey, but that's what it's all about at the end of the day, add dollars. You know what I mean? It's good to play in the NBA and get that steady check, but then you always wanted that shoe deal. We always knew the shoe deals is what made everybody who they was, from Jordan to everybody. You know what I mean? The paycheck is the paycheck to be a professional, but every professional wants ads and sponsorships and all that to come with it. That's where you make your bread.
Speak for herself. You know what I mean? So
right.
We talked about her last pod.
Because it's impossible not to talk about her from just the way she's been dominating the game. And I'm going to go ahead, while we go ahead and talk about the draft, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for the fans at home so they go ahead and see what's been happening. Because I ain't going to lie, I had some interest in this draft. This one was kind of significant for me because the league is definitely changing, and this group that's coming in is definitely going to help further expand the game and help them get their deals more and everything. Because the second pick, for y'all who don't know, she is from France, but she is talent. She is being called the next Olympics.
If anybody who watched the Olympics, you know what I mean, you know what's really going on, And this is the generation of the players who know the bag is there. You know what I mean? Caitlin Clark and all them, they were the pioneers. Like they say, the first ones to go over the mountains, they catch all the arrows and come back, then the next ones go over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like Caitlin was the first wave. They had to take all the scrutiny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had to take all the scrutiny. They had to take everything on, and they had to prove themselves the most. Now this, Juju coming soon, and all this next wave of WNBA players coming out of college. These are the players that know the bag's there. They have the confidence to know they can really be whoever they want to be, and I'm excited to see them become full, all-around basketball players, man, because now they know there's no restrictions. Just the first generation of the non-restricted, WNBA female basketball sports, period, man.
Get to the bag, and you see they're hungry because I'm telling you right here, keep an eye on this #2 pick. She's
Can
6'9". Bro,
Can you imagine a Victor Wembanyama female?
She's already being called the next Victor Wembanyama, 6'9". I watched the video of her back down a girl, take a drop step, turn around, one hand, dunk that thing with ease. The way I was telling Gentry about it.
Yeah, we should have had some. You should have put some up.
I want them to go see it for themselves. I don't want to spoil it because this is a must see. You got to see it for yourself because when I tell you, you remember Brittany Griner and Candace Parker dunking, like it looked good. She makes them look like they're just beginning learning how to do it. When she just throw it down with ease, she's going to change the game and just bring people in the seats in general just to see her dunk because she can shoot. She's a bit the international people, they can do it all. They can dribble, they can shoot, they can pass, they can play down low. They're well rounded. So I'm interested to see where her game goes to and what that's going to bring to the league.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, man, these is the fully confident coming in ready to play. You know, and if anybody who's seen anything in the Olympics, they know that it was bigger than just the United States. And all the women around all the basketball leagues have been waiting for this. You know what I mean? That's a fact.
Yeah.
Amen. And I know you see the number 4 pick. I'll let you go on about that one. We talked about that when we said she was going to go. We said she was going to go high. Kiki.
Been following her for a minute. Definitely a baller. Just overall great basketball player. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited to see where she takes it. Her, Juju, them some of the best guards I've seen in a long time as far as women basketball, from Cheryl Swoops and all of that from back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited to see where they take it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to throw in there also too. I mean, theoretically though, none of them might not have nothing on the rest in peace Gigi, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're looking at this wave, even Caitlyn and all them, it's like these were all the same players and girls that were coming up in this generation. You can see what Kobe Bryant saw in the future.
Bro, because half of these players in this draft were, and half of the players that were big in college basketball last year, because
they've been to Kobe's Academy, they've been around
Kobe, the Kobe Academies.
They done been there, they done been in the leagues, they done been in the tournaments. Same thing how LeBron James was doing with Bronny and Bryce. And he knows all the players coming up too. LeBron, just why LeBron's like playing such a second row.
Everybody else.
Exactly, man. They can see it that far, and Kobe saw the same exact thing, man. I like the fact to see all these players that he probably predicted to be stars, you know what I mean, becoming who they are today, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kobe and Gigi, for real. Because just imagine, we used to see how that was. Even imagine the type of basketball player she would be right now.
They knew it was coming.
You're not wrong. And another one I want to point out in this draft is Anissa Morrow, because her points went down a little bit the last 2 years, but there was an addition of Michaela Williams that definitely became a ball dominant. You had Falage trying to get her game off and everything. But I'm telling you right now that she's a power forward.
Right.
Bro, she loved to bang in the post. She gonna drive. She gonna post you up. She gonna try to get something off down low, and she isn't scared of contact. She's gonna change, bro. This whole draft, there's game changers.
Shout out to my girl Angel Reese, but this right here is a basketball player.
Bro, she averaged.
This right here is a basketball player.
She called for a double team.
She's not looking for the glamour. She's not looking for the glamour and glitz. Don't disrespect the girl. Somebody had to kick through the door, like I said. If it wasn't for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and that whole thing, we might not be where we are today.
You're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
But when we're looking at an Anissa Morrow, like I said, now this is the generation of, okay, let the basketball players in. You know what I mean? Homegirl from Notre Dame. You know, now let's let the basketball players in so we can enjoy some women's basketball and they can get what they deserve for being talented.
And she going to get her points off because on her 4 years is 21.9, 25.7, 16.4, 18.7, but all while averaging over 10 rebounds a game too.
Yeah, come on. All around.
All in all, she averaged 20.5 points a game, 12.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists, while shooting 47% from the field. I'm telling you, these players are not to be slept on. And I know I took it down for you guys, but
you
go ahead.
You got a huge one though, Haley Van Lee.
Hey, I'm so glad that was the next one you said, because she went number 11, and me and one of the followers, Gabby, we had a little conversation about her being picked to Chicago. Do we think it's the right move for Chicago? They probably not. they didn't really need guards like that. But when you have somebody like Haley, I understand why you just got to go get her.
Leadership.
Let her come with Angel Reese.
They're
Let her
missing leadership.
Let her redo it, retry it again.
Coming out there for real leadership. You know what I mean? There's only certain people that's built to really, that the team really going to follow behind. You know what I mean? And sometimes it don't necessarily even be the stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see, even look at the Lakers and things like that. A lot of them listen to LeBron, but other people are listening to some of the older dudes, and they're just sitting on the bench. You see Bronny, he's sitting there listening to what's his name? I can't think of his name right now, but homeboy the whole time, tall, light-skinned dude. Taking the advice from the, you know what I mean? So it's like you never know who the leader, who you can get that type of, you know what I mean?
And you've even seen Bronny coaching up on the sideline. And to fill you in about Haley, last year was her year to come back and put a statement of why she is who she is, because she took a hit at LSU, taking a lower role. But I'll let Gentry start off. How do you feel about Haley?
Oh man, I would have stayed. Her and Mario.
But
I don't know.
But you see what she did at TCU, put them back on the map, and we can talk about her play. What about her play though? Like, what do you think about Haley as a player?
Shoot, hey, she a
Dead eye.
First
of all, let's start there. She shoots the lights out. Yeah, I was thinking that too. You know, and you know what? This is what we can't leave out the fact that, you know, let's just put the talent aside for 1 second. You know what I mean? We can't leave out the fact that this is what people been since they were kids. You know what I mean? Trying to achieve literally to probably even take themselves or their parents out of wherever, or even not out of, just advance, or just be to take care of their parents because they took care of their life, or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now I get my chance, they throwing the bag at me.
You got to pay.
Let me just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because if I do take the chance, it's a chance. You know what I mean? Unless you know, that's another show. But unless you one of these dudes out here that's getting so much money in college to where you can just say, okay, it don't matter if I get hurt. Don't matter if I get hurt or not. Mm-hmm. Right now, the women's aren't in that position yet. They're getting the bag, but they're not in a position where it's like I can hold out. I can make. You're not there yet. No. You know what I'm saying? So I respect where she's going. So okay, so just in case they change their minds, you know what I mean?
Some of them.
Let me get my paper and go. You know what I mean?
It hurt though.
Because all this is about interest. You know what I mean? So as long as everyone's interested, you know what I mean? Let me get the money while it's there. You know, let me not take a chance of saying like, oh, they're gonna care about women's basketball forever. You know?
And
which they really could though, because with these players you've been naming Guru this whole time, it's a legacy on the way.
And there's more coming out. And I'm sorry if I missed. I know I missed the second round and third round people. There's players that were drafted in the second and third round. I'm telling you, the WNBA, the drafts are getting better and better.
I like the spotlight. It's probably always been like this, but we never looked at it up close.
This draft is crazy.
But again, just to cap it all off, the Paige, Caitlin, and Haley, they all played for Team USA at the same time at one point. I think it was like 16. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they played together with each other. And then they had their battle against each other. They
see what's happening.
They've been a part of it. And now we're going to go on to the whole WNBA growing, because just last year they saw a record-breaking 1.19 million views across ESPN platforms, at 170% increase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which means what? More televised games. You know, I'm anxious to see.
One second, even the All-Star game hit 3.4 million viewers.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm anxious to see if the NBA dives back in like they did before with the 3-point challenge with Steph and homegirl. Right. You know what I mean? I'm anxious to see if now they're like, all right, you know what? We don't have to do the whole All-Star game together because it's different, but we'll send celebrities to each. We'll send stars to each. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like that. What's the obstacle course one? Mm-hmm. They be having one of the female
skills challenge and all that.
Yeah, so and now they got the. Did they ever have a street?
By the way, I agree with you, Will. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all females though.
What?
I know they had Steph going against.
Yeah.
Do they got an all female?
Yes, that's why they offered Caitlin Clark to go against Steph and bring in Clay, I think, and bring back
Okay.
What's her
Alright,
name?
okay.
What's Sabrina?
Yeah.
But Caitlyn said she wanted her first All-Star appearance in general to be with the women's All-Star game.
Okay.
So that didn't happen yet. The NBA All-Star game came first. And also she was just working on her skill at home, doing her own thing. She real big at, you see she didn't even play in the Unrivaled League, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
Yeah.
Because she said, I'm just going to work out at home, spend time with my, the mans or whatever, get my shit right.
You
But
gotta respect that, right?
But if it's working, if it's working, why knock it?
That's why you gotta respect it.
You do.
But so they
Well,
do
she's
have.
trying to balance it out because I know last year was a crazy year.
Soon we might. Soon they might
Even
even
as
have
a
a dunk
husband,
contest.
even if I'm Caitlin's baby daddy, I'm like, all right, yo.
Why
A couple months to
cameras
Give me
everywhere?
a second. Yeah, give me a second. I'm in the truck going to get. I hop in the pickup truck to go get the. He in somewhere in the F-150. It's like I'm in the truck and.
But somewhere hidden in the end.
You know what I mean?
But y'all.
It hit different, man. It hit different when you came in Clark's baby daddy, man.
Hey, y'all silly for that, but but hey, soon
How Ye felt.
soon we,
For real.
I'm done with y'all.
Man.
Soon we might see the dunk contest in the WNBA.
Yeah, now that would be monumental
Like,
right there.
I'm
That's
just-
That's what
from Lisa Leslie on to like
You
we've
had
been
the
waiting to
Lisa
see
Leslie, the Candace Parkers, the Brittany Griners, and now you got
Rebecca
Dominique.
Lobo.
Now you got Dominique up here about to do her thing. I saw her catching off the backboard lob. Like she was catching. Bro, I'm telling you, when I want you guys to see it for yourself. Go at home, watch a WNBA game, get the WNBA pass. It's worth it. Check her out, bro. She gonna change the game for the whole dunking big man aspect. Because she's still young. I think she only like 16, 17, maybe. I think no older than 18. So she's still young. So she's got time to figure it out, get the skills developed. Then 3-4 years from now, take over. Become the next Asia Wilson type Candace Parker. Hey, if they're
gonna talk about the queen.
If they're gonna give her,
gonna mention the queen. I was waiting.
If they're gonna give her the Victor Wembanyama comparison, I gotta give the Asia Wilson comparison.
Look, I feel it though. As far as potential,
That's the shoes you're looking. That's the shoes and the big. If you're looking at a big woman
that work. Asia's proven
in the WNBA, that's the shoes.
Asia's like the only one, not the only one, but she was the one who was before that wave of Caitlyn, them who probably wasn't getting what she deserved, but was still the top dog, Bro, but didn't get washed away in the new wave.
Still there, still relevant, still
I'm going to the finals.
The most dominant big woman.
Yeah, Angel Reese is here, but she gonna have to play against me. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Asia Wilson, she didn't get drowned in that wave of all these new players. She's still, to me, the queen of WNBA, man. I'm just saying. I don't know.
You know what? I can agree with that. Back to back, and there's still steps Caitlyn has to do. Now she might be.
Who's been selling the tickets? Who's been keeping the lights on? Asia Wilson been keeping the lights on before there was a Caitlyn Clark. You know what I mean? And she didn't bow out. She still showed that she's a basketball player.
Even the fans are telling me pump the brakes on the whole Asia Wilson comparison. Even the fans
talking about the queen, y'all. He jumped out the window quick, didn't he?
Hey, but another we big on the growth of.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. The potentiality of it. Yeah.
And another fact I gotta throw out for you guys. Remember that the Unrivaled League that just happened? Just to fill y'all in on a little coverage, because I know y'all at home don't be looking at the numbers and stuff. Unrivaled covered, it reached 11.9 million viewers all season. The championship game hit 364K. It peaked at 385K. Social media audience surpassed more than 730K. And then the total compensation for players reached over $8.65 million.
Applause for that, man. That's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Yeah, and that was just the first year, just dipping their toes in the water, and now you got Paige who just signed with Unrivaled. So you know you're gonna see her next year playing for Unrivaled, because ain't no way in hell you're signing with Unrivaled and not playing in the league. Come on now.
Right.
She knows she all about that competition. So next year that league gonna go.
They got him.
And they signed $100 million deal for 6 years with Warner Brothers. Yeah.
The WB.
Warner Brothers, they out there.
And,
big bags.
And you know how they played at one They played at one stadium all year. They built a stadium, made it a little smaller audience to make sure you got the full packed arena type feel.
Yeah.
They're looking into making it at multiple different cities now, getting the hostess, so now it can go around to more places and actually get out more. So round of applause to the Unrivaled WNBA.
They marketing it right. Round of applause to the people in the front offices right now of the WNBA, man. Because whoever is up there making the marketing decisions right now is the Chip Kelly of, you know what I mean? Because you calling it right. That's all I got to say right now. You calling it right, and it's obviously because you care. Because these are decisions being made that benefit the player. You know what I mean? So someone up there in the front office cares and has the power enough to, make these decisions go through, man. Shout out to them, whoever that is.
They did just sign that $11.9 million deal with Amazon.
What do we say, the commissioner? Or what do we say, the commissioner? Because they got whoever's allowing all this, the commissioner on up.
Front office down, from the high up to the lowest man down there getting them coffee. Y'all saying all the right stuff around the water
making the right deals,
whatever. It's heading all the right ways. It finally deserves to make, because you've had your players like who get kind of left out now because they were way before the wave. Your Maya Moores, your Candace, your Tarasi, who she was still there, but at the end, your Lobos. It's rewarding for them to finally, see the game that they left early because, they weren't getting the bag. Now getting the recognition.
Recognition and compensation now,
just hats off to the WNBA, college women's basketball, Unrivaled. Anything to do with women's basketball right now,
they're making the right moves.
I'm all for.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because that was the whole thing that was probably missing, is how entertaining was it? They changed all that. They changed all that.
Hey, that one-on-one stuff that they did was crazy. They said they had their own set of one-on-one rules. It wasn't the 3 dribbles type one-on-one. They said a shot clock type. Bro, it was crazy. I can't wait to see it take off next year.
No, for sure. Because if your whole reason for not watching women's basketball was missed shots, those days are over.
Bro, it's done.
Actually, you know what I'm saying? Ask a few of the females we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They out there making buckets. You know what I'm saying? It's out there plenty of buckets.
Plenty of buckets.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was a lot of people's excuse before, right? That was a lot of people's excuse before, though, was missed buckets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of the time it was missed buckets that they felt respectfully back in the day. You know what I mean?
Slow tempo, but now it's
not the case.
Fast-paced, quick shots. The whole Unrivaled thing was set to
high-scoring games.
You feel me?
High-scoring games.
But it's coming around, and y'all who still sleeping on it, I'm telling you right now, get the WNBA League Pass. It's worth it. You can watch every game. You can catch up on all the stats. It is worth having, because it will make you understand why the WNBA is becoming as big as it is. No doubt in my mind, you'll finally understand it.
For real.
But I think it's time to dive into the NBA. What do you all think? Man, y'all ready for this? First off, I love coming with random facts.
Yeah.
So for the first time in NBA history, you had three players hit over 300 3-pointers. Can y'all guess the three? 3-pointers. So who hit the most threes all year?
This season?
This season you had 3 NBA players hit over 300 threes for the first time ever. The first 2 are obvious because they're shooters. Mm-hmm. Don't think too hard about the first 2.
Steph and who?
Steph
and who? Ant-Man?
Ant was actually number 1 this year.
Made threes or attempts?
Made.
Well, yeah.
320.
Steph just getting back up.
Ant-Man's up there and made threes.
Bro, number 1. Steph is actually third.
Number 2.
Y'all won't even take it. I'ma just
Who's
say
the J. Cole of this?
Pistons.
Who's the J. Cole of
the
this?
Pistons.
Wow, imagine that.
Yeah,
I just watched him the other night too.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
K.
K.
No.
Cunningham? Who?
Malik Beasley. If I'm
Malik
correct.
Beasley?
Yes. Let me.
I thought it was K too.
Let me make sure, because I don't want to lead the fans wrong. But how do you feel about the league definitely shifting to shooting? And how do you feel about, first off, Ant becoming this knockdown 3-point shooter?
I feel like he got a fucking, excuse my language, I feel like he got a taste of NBA playoffs last year.
It was Malik Beasley, by the way.
I feel like he got a taste of NBA playoffs last year. You get what I'm saying? All that regular season, all that is all cool. But when you up here with the dogs, that's been, now you're going to have to really play or you're going home. You know what I mean? He playing with a whole nother team. His team got shifted. Players got traded. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff happened. Your game going to have to evolve.
I know he got to go Barry.
He's seen playing against certain dudes, played against OKC and certain dudes. He's seen what was missing out of his game. And if we all go back to those playoffs, we know what was missing from that. Him knocking them shots down. I'm not gonna say that's what got Cat traded, but that's a big part of it, that we can't go back and forth. You give it to me, I knock down the 3. You know how the old school go. Give it to the big man. He give it back. Then I knock it down, or he take it in.
Now you got Cat sitting at the 3-point line while Ant's got to play down low, which we all know Ant loves to go ahead and dunk on somebody, and just like
Right, but that ain't always available.
Then YNs are crazy.
That ain't always available.
That's not available. You gotta be
that down.
You gotta be a shooter in today's league, and I love the shift that.
And that's why the Knicks are where they are.
But
because Cat took it over there, and Jalen and them can knock the shot down.
and
That's why you're seeing the difference over New York.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the playoffs.
You know what I mean?
Playoffs for the people at home.
But anyway, let's stay on. Like you said, though, I feel like he just took the experience. He's one of the guys that learned from last year, and he's trying to come in this year, a player with some growth and adapted and preparing for the, for the playoffs, and, showing that he set his game up for this year, man. What you think about Ant-Man right now?
Hey, I bet on him all year round, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. They came out of nowhere. They was slacking at first, though. They was, but he ain't. He got a squad, but he don't got a squad.
Now there's a difference though in playoff basketball and
it is I see they all coming around. It ain't just him. You feel me? Yeah.
No, exactly. But there's a difference in regular season basketball. Because you got James Harden. You got James Harden. Do we got to go there?
But you don't.
Regular season, you cool. But do I want you in the playoffs? Not necessarily.
But he ain't never missed. I just learned James Harden in his 16 years of playing ain't never missed the playoffs.
Hey, you know what? I respect a lot of. You know what? I respect a lot of homeboys who always there when it's time to fight, but we can't keep losing fights.
Right.
We got to, at some point we got to whoop somebody. Come on, we fighting every time. All right, so listen, playoffs.
Yeah, playoff is playoff, and that's a stat for you right there. If you ain't missed no playoffs, dang, Harden, when you gonna get there, then, bro?
To the finals one time.
Show up to the fight all you want, but if they knocking you out, I'm still fighting for my life. I don't need you there no more. True. I ain't calling you after a while.
You the one getting left at home.
I call you just because you'll come out the house. No. You got to be effective.
You got to be useful.
You got to be effective, man. What we doing? What we doing, man? Team to team to team to team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What you're using now, I'm so glad you said what is your point in the playoffs, because now let's dive into this whole playoffs, and we'll start first with my favorite team, the Warriors. They down in the play-ins with the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, the Warriors, man. That whole thing with them, this last little bit of it, and trying to get into the play-in and all that was exciting to me.
Hey, bro, it was must
see because couple games or must see basketball.
That rest, like we potted about the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Timberwolves, and the Warriors. They were all battling, and as you see, the Timberwolves the Clippers beat the Warriors, so that's why they got thrown in the playoffs, and the Timberwolves won, so they just got put straight into the playoffs. But now,
but who they play first? It wasn't the Mavs. It was first they lost the first game to
I just don't remember
Miami.
Who the Mavs?
The Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors.
Yeah, before the play-in. They lost that game, then they came back and won the game after that against Orlando.
Yeah.
Which was another crazy Orlando or something.
And also, right before that, they had a close-ass battle with who they're about to face now, which we'll get to in a second. The Rockets, we don't want to go. We'll get into that one because that's a whole segment right there, and just the Rockets and Warriors.
Yeah, they on the rise.
We go ahead and start with the Grizzlies and Warriors game, and we gotta start off with we knew he was gonna come alive, and we're not even talking about Steph. We knew it's playoff time. That man kicks it into another gear. Jimmy Playoff Butler. Call him what you want, whatever nickname. He liked to call himself Robin because he said the true Batman on the team is Steph Curry, which I understand. But he called himself Robin. He okay with being.
I think this is a better move than KD. But I think this is somebody that's comfortable in his skin, and comfortable with his position on the team, and he can take it a long way. That's for sure.
But 38 points, 12 for 20. 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah.
Bro, he did it all. When because Curry started off cold that game. He wasn't really on.
He wasn't on.
Butler, you watched it. Butler, we all watched it. Butler had to take over at the beginning of that game. And that's another thing you gotta love about Butler. He took the back seat, was okay with just, all right, I'm here to just win.
Yeah.
But when it's time, all right, Steph is struggling. We need somebody to come alive. He got no problem.
Yeah.
Stepping
like
up
in
into that
Miami
shoe.
with the big man and all that. When certain people are off, yeah, that's for sure. But then I do like where Ja. I feel like Ja is more of a basketball player this year. You know what I mean? I like Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
I like Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
He got basketball IQ. I think he can be one of the. If Ja ain't there, he's one of the best point guards. You know what I mean? He can be one of the best point guards and one of the best guards out there as far as psychologically, and IQ. And the big man down there. You got the big man that can hit threes. He can hit threes. He can defend. It really just boils down to me is the defensive stops. Who's going to be able to? But you got Draymond. That's the biggest factor to me because I feel like even them last 2 games, then in this play-in and all that, he was one of the major factors. I
don't understand why they don't use him more.
Because Jordan came out hot.
He be smacking though.
Kuminga, why don't they use Kuminga? Well, I mean, I understand why because Kuminga. Well, I understand why because they explained it. And Kuminga, when he came back, before he got hurt, he was playing the Jimmy Butler role. He was the second man. He was coming into being the number 2 guy. But obviously, when Jimmy Butler comes in, you know who number 2 is. No doubt.
Right. And he's like, if we need you in the playoffs.
So like he just doesn't really. Him and Jimmy Butler clash too much on the same type of play style.
You got that same role, yeah.
So they don't play him, but could you imagine if they started if Kuminga could? Because I think it also is just a thing where Kuminga just isn't willing to really be that 3rd guy, 4th guy, because he knows he has the potential to be a number 2, number 3 type person.
Yeah.
Well, more like number 2. I want to say number 3.
But I feel like with the coach, with the coaching, I feel like they all made that agreement to where we making this sacrifice to try to get a championship. You heard what Draymond was saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, oh no, this is happening.
This don't happen. We're gonna win this.
There's these discussions and guys are like, all right, look, you chill for a second. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, think about that. Think about that in the locker room. Especially with Draymond and guys like that. They're like, oh, you chill.
Yeah.
You gonna play.
Yeah.
And after this game,
and it's the West, so they're gonna need him. Let's not act like they're not gonna need him. Let's not act like Jimmy Butler's gonna be. There's gonna be times where Jimmy's gonna be on lockdown or have an off game where he's gonna have to come in.
Yeah.
And carry that weight.
You're not wrong. And as we're talking about it, the Warriors did win that game 121 to 116. Watching that game, it really made me see you can't. The first 2 rounds.
He had a clean season this year.
Hey, John, you can't sleep on Memphis. They fired their coach because I think
an intern coach right in the middle of this.
Him and Jaw been beefing or whatever. If I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, so they did fire him. So I think next year when they get the coach, maybe Pippen develops takes that next step next year.
Get a real game plan
that Amen took that we're going to talk about with the Rockets that he ended up taking this year and becoming the better player. Pippen's going to step up, take that next step. You got Jaren Jackson down low, and then you can't forget about
the best junior out right now.
For sure. I like Jaren Jackson Jr. Michigan State, baby.
Come on, talk to me.
Michigan State, baby.
Okay, Jay. Don't know, but respect. That's why I asked that. Yeah.
I've always loved him.
We got Gary Payton Jr. out here.
He nice, but he ain't
right now. I'm just naming names. I'm just saying, like, he gonna try to go Michigan. He's all right, but he's not real. He gonna go Jay-Z. But anyway. But I'm just saying, right? It's some juniors. It's a couple of them out here.
There's Scottie Pippen Jr. You got some juniors out here.
You know, it's some cat because we already had for a while. We had Tim Hardaway Jr. and just a few of the other ones. I like to see this new wave of, we had Bol Bol.
You're starting to
wave too, though.
You're starting to see sons of NBA players getting like
LeBron James Jr. Sorry, I know that probably was like, how could you not say Ronnie? But LeBron James Jr.
Then you can't Jace Richardson. He just entered the draft. He is leaving Michigan State. He's projected around the 10th round. I'm not 10th round, 10th pick. So he's got a high draft stock. So I understand why leaving. So, bro, you're starting to see NBA players or retired players, the legacies start coming into league, and they can hoop. You cannot sleep. I can't wait to see Kyan, as I think that's how you say his name, Anthony. Carmelo's son. Signed with. He's going to Syracuse next year.
Right.
That I can't.
He came up with Bronny and then Bryce
play. He is cold.
Bryce James.
Yeah.
2 words.
Hey, bro.
I got 2 words.
Don't rush.
I'm always predicting on pods, all right? I'm always predicting on pods.
I gotta hear this. I gotta hear
Bryce James.
I gotta hear this.
His name is Bryce James. All right. He's gonna go higher than 55th.
Bro.
Crip Mac. Free my man Crip Mac, all right?
And he better, too. I ain't gonna lie. He's better than his brother. Like, at a younger
that's
age,
my question,
he's
too.
better than his brother.
We said that earlier, but when has any 55th pick made a real difference on any team? Y'all just putting Bronny James behind it, but when is any 55th?
Yeah, we definitely talked about that last time.
He's the 55th pick, man.
Look at Isaiah Thomas. He was the very last pick, and nobody even knew who the fuck he was, excuse my language, before he did his thing with the Celtics. Yeah, he did his thing down in Sacramento for a little bit, but he didn't really get his name and 2-3 years of fame until the Celtics. But he was the last pick.
Right. A 55th pick deserves to be in the G League.
No one expected
dress some games. That's exactly what Bronny James is doing.
I feel like he's right in the Taco Bell commercial.
Right. I feel like he's
no one cared about what he was doing. No one had high expectations for the man taking during a damn Taco Bell commercial. But here he is, one of the most dominant players in the league right now, and no one ever questioned, what was he doing his first 2 years? Yeah. Sluggish, slow.
And let's quit pretending like LeBron was home a lot.
My man was on the road playing.
We thinking Bron and him just every day. You played against LeBron. You played against your dad every day. Negative. Listen. But anyway, let's get off that. But yeah, the junior, shout out to all the juniors that's out there right now, man. But I was holding that one on my chest for a while, y'all. So, pardon me. But the Bronny James thing, let's lighten up on Bronny for a little bit, man. He fits 55th pick, man. Let's give him a break. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's give him some time, man. But so we off the Timberwolves. We off the Warriors. Now who next?
Next one. How you feel about?
So wait. So Grizzlies lost.
Grizzlies lost, and now they got to play Friday against the Mavericks. So we'll go to the Kings and Mavericks.
So Mavs and Warriors next. So Kings and Mavericks. Okay.
Mavs already won.
Which I thought, what? I had so much faith in the Kings, man. But then when they got to acting funny with my man Fox,
bro, they killed me last.
My man Fox and all that. What was going on? I was just like, you making the wrong decision.
Every time I use them in the money line, they kill me.
Bro. Shout out to my man Slur, but
hey, bro, that was your fault because they left from the East to lose. They would have lost in the play-in at 10 o'clock with the Chicago Bulls, and they went to the West to lose at 7:30 instead.
I don't know. I think they would have got the Bulls.
Yeah. I knew that he was going to get him. They probably would have got
I knew that he was going to get him.
With the addition of, I forgot, Levine and DeRozan.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was thinking that was
they dove into that deep West, and I love this matchup because I'm not saying Nico Harrison or whatever your name is. You're still stupid for trading Luka. You dumb. But I'm tired of all the hate that the Mavericks have been getting. Because yes, they definitely took a big hit with Luka leaving. That was a generational talent that was going to lead your team and feed your team for the next 8, 10, 12 years, however long.
But who feeds the NBA more? The LA Lakers. So that legacy is going to go over. LeBron James is leaving. It's time to hand over the torch. So Luka's going to carry on the LA Lakers from that point on.
I understand for Luka leaving to the Lakers, bigger market, everything like that. But the team that the Mavericks have, they're a couple pieces away from being deep playoff contenders. But I can definitely see them beating the Grizzlies because they did beat the Kings 120-106, and we'll go ahead and start off.
If you with Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and the guys you have can't compete after losing your out of shape small forwards, then you got a problem over there, man. I'm sorry, guys. You can't sit here and pretend like Luka was supposed to be the end all, be all, end all for the Mavericks, man. You gotta be kidding me here. We seen what Anthony Davis did last night. You know what I mean? When these guys can really play basketball, you heard what Duke said. You heard what
imagine
Kyrie was here tonight. You know what I mean?
You have Kyrie. You have they have another.
The other Splash brother.
They have.
They did have Clay. Clay was
off, man.
Clay went off. That's what I was.
That's what he said. That's what Clay. They interviewed Clay, and he's like, "Imagine if Kyrie was here tonight." See what I'm saying? So it's like
Clay went for 23.
That should have been the best thing that happened to the Dallas Mavericks was Luka leaving. Man, I'm telling you, if now they can really be a team and they can really come together and not just watch basketball being played, because Luka's going to take his shots and he's the one to be expected to do everything. Even with Kyrie there, you see when Kyrie's out there, he's still letting Luka do it all.
I see the angle he take. Now everybody else gonna have to
play basketball.
Play basketball, and you starting to see it because
and this is what the LA Lakers need. The LA Lakers need someone like Luka to come in and take the charge. You know what I mean? To me, this was a perfect fit, the perfect match, and destined to happen. This was already in the making, if you ask me.
You're not.
And because we already knew LeBron was leaving, somebody's going to have to go over to LA to keep that going. When it comes from Magic Johnson to Kobe Bryant, when it's Shaquille O'Neal, whoever we naming, the Lakers are not going to just sit long dormant without a superstar.
No, they ain't. They always kept a superstar.
Come on, man.
Though.
They have. They go out and get Luka, but
the Lakers are known for having the biggest star in basketball.
You're not wrong, but let's get back to the Mavericks and Kings game, because I do want to point out how Gentry did say Klay Thompson was going off. Went for 23, 8 for 11. 5 for 7 from the 3-point line. AD went for 27.
Looking like a Splash brother.
Go ahead.
I'm like, man, how they up 25?
No, for real. Because it was close for a minute. It was close for a minute.
But they're not a bad team. AD went for 27. PJ Washington went for 17. You had D. Williams on the bench go for 17. Now imagine adding a Kyrie who's going to give you another 20.
25 at least.
I want to focus on the fact that we're not saying that the Mavericks are finals contenders team, because that West is deep and tough. But they're definitely playoff contenders to get into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
With the next 4 years, as long as they stay healthy, as long as
and confident,
it's confident.
Leave that Luka behind you.
They can make it. They can make a run, and that's why I think the Kings. We already talked on them. I feel
bad for them, man, because my man Fox is my guy.
They messed up. They got to figure some stuff out, and I expect them to come back next year, maybe 2 years from now, and they'll be back. So I don't really expect much from the Kings. But now this next matchup we got, which you guys we can watch tomorrow. How do you guys feel about the Mavericks Grizzlies game? Who do you think's going to come out on top of that one? Because that one's going to end up playing the Thunder first round. So who's winning this game to go ahead and get smacked next round? Basically. Gentry, we'll go with you first. I see you cooking up something in your head here. Because both teams, they got a guard.
Exactly.
They got a big man.
I think no Kyrie though. That might be their downfall in some games, but they keep they done caught fire. It's too late.
You feel me? So you going with the Mavs?
I'm staying with the Mavs, honestly.
All right, big homie, who you got in this one?
Mavs. I like to see Scottie Pippen Jr. catch fire, and do it. But I just feel like they just a little more stacked over in Dallas. They got a little more of a whole team,
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys
when they're on their game.
What
you know?
It's cause that ain't even
now AD come out being AD. If AD come out being AD, it might be a different story.
I'm glad you guys said that because I'm actually going with the Grizzlies in this one just because I think right now the Mavericks are still they got it close to figure it out. They haven't fully figured it out while the Memphis, even without their coach, they're still that same Memphis team. They've been with Desmond Bain, with John Morant. I mean,
they got the chemistry.
Jaren Jackson, and now you gotta don't forget the other big man they added, the Twin Towers down there with Zach Edey, who was standout player of the year in college. I think he won the national championship with Purdue. So you can't. I think personally with that four right there, it's hard because you don't know if Clay's going to be Clay that night or if he's going to be come out missing every shot. And we all know how AD is. Some games he's the most dominant big man in the game right now. Then other games he's made of glass. Mm-hmm. You went through the struggles in LA. I know you know the feeling.
Right.
So I think Memphis is going to win this, but then they don't get smacked by the Thunder. We don't even got to talk about that one because that one's a no-brainer for me.
I can see that for sure.
But then now we got to dive into the East with the Bulls and Heat game. That one went exactly how I thought it was. I saw the Heat coming out, winning it just because I knew Tyler Hero was going to come out and ball. He's gearing up to be the number one guy
for that team. Yeah.
And know what's great about it? He has that Florida confidence, that Florida swag that is needed to be a focal point, a star player down in Miami. You got to have that confidence. You got to have that chip on your shoulder because he was like that in Kentucky. Yeah, he went to Kentucky, I'm pretty sure. He was like that in Kentucky, too. He's always had that chip on his shoulder, and as you see this game, he went for 38. And I think he went 7 for 7 or like 9 for 9 the first half.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely somebody that they should, if they don't know now, build around him. And try to use these drafts and things.
Andrew Wiggins, wake up. That's what I said. Bro. You can play ball. You did go for 20.
He's been saying that for so many years.
But I'll give him this. He was finding his footing at the end of his run with the Warriors. And he did come to this one. He did go 8 for 20. I like to see him shooting shots. I love to see 20 shots. Yeah. You shoot the ball.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe not all threes. Let's see how many threes he took. Oh, okay. Only 9 threes. Maybe take 5 threes because you only made 4. Maybe take 5, go 4 for 5. You got so much ability to give me more than 20.
Yeah.
You could be the number 2 guy down in Miami, no question.
Now I see why LeBron didn't want to ball with you.
Then you got
LeBron didn't want him on his team a couple times from the Cavs. Nah, he ain't the one. He ain't it. Disrespectfully, man. I like Wiggins. I like him.
For me.
I like him, man. It just don't translate. It just don't translate over, man. I guess we're saying for superstardom, I guess. As an NBA player, I guess you're cool, but superstardom like we expected, nah.
That's how you know Bron be knowing. Bron said you ain't.
And the Bulls, we already know what's going on with them. They just struggling to figure out who they are as a team.
Yeah. Right.
But then now the other matchup, which I'm glad we'll talk about this one because we got a good take about Trae Young. We had the Magic and Hawks, which the Hawks got smacked. I don't care what the finals. I can't remember what. 120 to 95. But it was a blowout the whole game. The Magic came out, and I see Cole Anthony with 26, Black with 18. I see 3 starters with over 10 points. Paulo went for 17. Wagner went for 13. Wendell Carter Jr. went for 19.
So that's just on the light side.
Trey.
Trey.
Shame on you, Trey. Trey, shame on you, man. We ain't seen Quavo at a game since the pandemic. Trey, what happened to Ice Trey the game? No one wants to play in Atlanta, even though it's supposed to be one of the most lit cities in America. No one wants to play in Atlanta. It can't be the city at some point. At some point, it can't be the city. All right?
It's you, bro.
Do you want to play with Trey? Pause. Okay? And I feel like you would want to, but I feel like Trey's selfish. I feel like Trey's selfish. What do you think?
But that done took 100 from him.
I feel like Trey's a selfish basketball player.
No, well, I think no.
What do you think?
Go ahead, Jen. I'll let you have this take first.
If I'm at the beach, if I'm over at Craig's Beach and we picking teams, I ain't picking Trey because he might not pass the rock.
I'll let you go first.
He might have me running up and down. I might not get
I'll
the kill.
give my take.
It varies, bro.
Is the Ice Trader gang? Is the Ice Trader gang still alive?
You done had 10 points and 20 assists. Like now that you done had like 25 points and only.
I don't think they have the right team around him to have a full impact with him yet. Because I'm looking at this team names. They had that first round.
How much more times he got?
I think he's about to bounce.
That's what I'm saying. You saying yeah, but
that's on a
how much more time do we feel like
that's on
Trey
Young
Young has?
Putting the pieces around him because he can go to another team and be Trey Young and go ahead and pass.
Yeah.
He worked this year. His focal point was trying to be a passer, getting the team more involved, trying to come on team, let's go. That's why you didn't see so many points, so many games, and you saw higher assist numbers. So he was trying to become a passer more than just a shooter.
Right. That leads to another question though. Does the front office care enough?
That's a
Open up the books, man. Open up the budget, man.
Yeah.
Come get some players.
Or do the players don't want to go to Atlanta? It's either two things. Either the front office ain't opening the books to spend the money, or people don't want to. People ain't interested in coming to play in the ATL.
I think a little bit of both. Now we got to move on. Who do we got in this next matchup? Heat Hawks. Me personally, I got the Heat. I think Tyler Hero going to go ahead and have another game and set his team up to get smacked by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, like you said, Trey just ain't got the ammunition. Trey ain't got the ammunition to go any further. You know what I mean? They can survive the regular season, but he just he ain't going. They ain't have the tools, the surrounding cast, supporting cast. My fault, supporting cast to make it any further. I don't think.
All right, so now we got.
Unless Quavo show up at the game, then maybe they could get this one.
I'm done with it.
It's not gonna happen.
But we got the playoffs in front of us right here. Pick a series that you're most interested to watch. Because for me, it's the Rockets Warriors because they went back and forth the whole year. I think it's split almost 50-50 with the wins and losses on both sides. Warriors got experience. The Rockets are young, hungry, just don't care attitude.
Right.
So I'm interested in that series. That's going to be I'm definitely eyes on for that one. That's the must-see one for me right here. I think that one's going to be explosive back and forth. It might even go 7.
Yeah. Me as a Lakers fan, of course, I'm going to be keeping a close eye, but not just as a Lakers fan, but because I feel like subtract LeBron James, these are two young teams. These are two young teams with young stars. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to have, it's going to have to prove there's no real veterans and who's really used to this or who really can step up. We see Ant-Man learned a lot from last year. We see the Lakers made a few good picks in the draft. We see Reeves been continuing to do his thing. It's a young team versus young team. I also like to see the Knicks and the Pistons because I also feel like there is two the same. This is another full team matchup.
Yes.
The Knicks are a full team. The Pistons are a full team. They're stars, but no one's above the program, I feel like, on either team. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to come down to the best team play, in defensive basketball to win on that series, too. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye. Besides my Lakers, Knicks, Pistons.
Gentry, before you go, it's funny
and
how...
And of course our Cavs, y'all. I'm not hating on our Cavs.
As we talked about last pod, you always got to talk about a Cleveland team.
You always got to.
Incredible season this year.
We're just not interested in the first round for Cleveland.
Incredible season this year.
It should be a sweep. If it's not a sweep, I'm disappointed in your first round. But it's funny that Luka's now with the Lakers because it's a repeat of last year when Luka ended up beating Ant-Man and them and sending them home, and Luka went to the finals and lost. Now they just get to run it back in the first round with Luka being on a different team. So I'm definitely
with LeBron James having his back.
I'm definitely tuned into that one. But Gentry, which game for you?
I I mean, like Buzz already mentioned the Lakers, but shoot, you got that Nuggets and Clippers too.
Hey, I'm glad you said that one because I was eyeing that one.
That's a sleeper.
And Kawhi coming back alive with the Clippers.
Just like y'all mentioned Harden.
I think they're 16-2 in their last,
that's what you were saying, yeah.
Something like that. So they're on
tough.
They're on a hot win streak right now, and the Nuggets have been struggling. They just fired I think the coach and then the person above the coach. They fired both of them, so they gone.
He said so they gone.
Right.
Because
they clean the house.
We talked about it last pod. 4 of the 5 last NBA coaches that won a championship are fired from their teams.
Yeah, we was talking about that.
So I'm glad you said that game because that one is going to be. I think that one could go 7-2.
That's the sleeper.
But you know that West be that rest.
That whole West
tough.
to me is
it's
tough.
Always crazy.
I'm not really expecting
tough.
much from the Celtics and Magic.
This round.
The Magic's gonna win like one game, but I don't think they're winning 3 at all. I think they might squeak out 2, but I think Celtics gonna handle them. The only other matchup I'm really looking forward to in the East that we didn't say is the Pacers Bucks, just because
it's gonna bore me, but
what the Pacers are gonna do because they're a team that's on the edge of being great. But that's
going to go to most games. That's the one that's going to go to most games. Going to be the most boring out of them all. They do it every time.
That's definitely going to be the most boring one. I can agree with you there. The Clippers and Nuggets, just the West in general, though, for me, that's the one you got to watch. Take away the first seed from both sides because, like I said, Cleveland, Thunder, if you all
I ain't mad at Cavs Thunder championship.
Bro,
I ain't mad at Cavs Thunder finals.
But I'm hoping.
You see them up there sitting by themselves.
Hey,
both of them.
I'm going to throw a wild suggestion out there because we're about to make our finals picks right now. I'm going to go last because I got one cooking up right now. I'm going to let Big Homie go first. Who you think right now, finals prediction?
Man, besides hoping my Lakers would go, realistically, I'm thinking that the Thunder is probably the best team, but I'm not sleeping on the Warriors because I feel like with Draymond, what I've seen these last couple games, it can get real scary.
Maybe it's talking
what I mean?
Truth, huh?
But I want the Cavs because if anybody saw me last year, I championed the Cavs, and I was upset about the injuries, and I felt like it should have been Cavs-Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
100%.
But it didn't work out that way. So I'm hoping that the Cavs can do this, can continue how they riding. But I'm looking at, I love Cat in New York.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what they all been waiting for, and being healthy enough, this is what happens, man. So don't mess it up and let Tatum take this moment away once again.
It's going to be tough.
So you got the Knicks out the East?
Yeah, so I want to take a healthy Cavs, I'm taking.
Okay.
I'm taking the healthy Cavs.
I understand that.
But I'm saying the Knicks, if not the Cavs, and if not the Thunder, I'm saying the Warriors, man. I'm sorry. I'm
sorry to
just the way the basketball's being played, and Jimmy Butler is a better pickup than KD.
I'm so glad that you said
this is better for them than Durant. This is better for the Warriors than when KD came. I'm telling you, he's more of a team player. He's more adaptable to the team. This is why Draymond and them was always arguing with KD because it's adaptation. Adaptation to the team. That's how we play.
I'm taking a shot, all right? But I mean, who would you have taken
Butler's willing to be in there. Butler's willing to take the shot. Butler's willing to take the shot or make the pass.
But
Butler's willing to take the shot or make the pass to win the game. You feel me?
I'm glad you said those teams because I'm gonna go ahead and go before Gentry because you took the 2 teams that I was picking.
My bad. I'm an analyst.
I was picking my sleeper teams. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying the Warriors can win it all, but if Draymond get the cooking the right way, playing defense, getting the team going, Steph gonna be Steph.
They got the best defense of any of the teams up there.
They play defense, so they can move around, they can interchange on defensive flows and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get past the Rockets in the first round.
They put the pressure on you. It's tough to beat them. The defensive pressure is tough
to
break.
And
then if I'm correct, you might be looking at them playing either the Lakers or Timberwolves. And if they get the Timberwolves, I have no doubt the Warriors will beat the Timberwolves. And the Lakers, I think that's going to be a shootout right there. If it's Warriors Lakers next round. So the Warriors can sneak their way in.
I think the Lakers beat the Timberwolves only off a bench.
You're not wrong. Now,
you know what I mean? I think it's going to come down to staffing. I think it's going to come down to roster for the Lakers and Timberwolves. Yeah. Who's going to be to come off the bench and support?
I don't know. I think the Lakers will take both of them.
See, I understand what you're not wrong. But
they got the team to beat both, yes.
They do.
But do the defense. I don't know. The Lakers need to step up defensively.
They definitely.
Especially with AD gone now. That took a defensive factor away. Block shots and rebounds are gone. A lot of block shots and rebounds are gone now. And intimidation in the paint. You know what I mean? Cats ain't necessarily too scared to take it to the bucket now. AD ain't around. You know what I mean?
They definitely,
and Luka don't go down low, pause. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? That matters at the end of the day, you know? And if you're going to be able to match up with the Warriors, it's going to come down to defense. It ain't going to come down to, the offensive talent for real. Who else we got up there, man? Come on, Knicks. I'm just saying, come on. Y'all know I've been championing the Knicks, man. The healthy Knicks, healthy Cavs. Let me just predict that first then. Healthy Cavs, Knicks, Eastern Conference Championship.
Dang, now Boston?
Let's do that before even the title.
Boston play too much, man.
Who you got? Eastern Conference Championship. Who you got?
I can see the Knicks and Cavs.
Who you got?
I can go with the Knicks and Cavs.
Because I'm saying the Knicks or Pistons can beat Boston.
You're not wrong.
And even if they switch it around, the Bucks can beat Boston too.
And I'm tired of the Celtics anyway, so go ahead and get that.
You don't think Giannis could handle?
I mean, excuse my language. Hell yeah.
So what I'm saying, like if they beat the Magic, so either one of them you play, even if the Knicks or the Pistons win, I feel like they give the Celtics a challenge.
Oh yeah.
And the Bucks definitely. I just don't want to see it. I mean,
Dame was. I thought one of them would have been Dame on them 3-point shots too. By the way, because he was smacking stuff.
I want to see. I was gonna say I want to see something because to me, I'm not saying a disappointment, but that was a disappointment to me. I just felt like the Bucks should have been a little bit of a better team.
Better team, yeah.
What they did, man.
You're right.
It's like Dame, you talked all that. You could have just stayed and kept that in Portland, man. You know what I mean? You could have just kept that out there.
Yeah.
So you like? So what about the West then? Thunder and Warriors, OKC and Warriors in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it to at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it to the Thunder.
And shout out to Houston too. I can't hate because Houston's been on a run. I just like it's still too young.
They're just
somebody a little too immature.
Yeah. Somebody gonna give them the business.
When they're finally ready, they'll be able to. They'll handle the Warriors in the playoffs. I don't think this year is the year. I think that's their final boss. Their final step is getting over the Warriors, getting through the Warriors, just like Memphis. The final step is getting through the Warriors, because Warriors always knocking out the Grizzlies and the Warriors always knocking out the Rockets. So
true, you right.
I think they got like one more year. But Gentry, who you got Eastern and Western Conference? I think give your finals before we go ahead and move on to the last level. So you got three things.
It's the Cavs in the East.
Okay, I understand that. You don't even got to give the.
Who do we have to play?
Coming out or like conference.
Yeah. So who's the team they beat?
Cavs beat them to go to the finals.
Boston play too much. You don't know what Boston you gonna get.
Okay.
But my two teams it sound about right out of the Bucks and the Knicks. But I say. I can see the Knicks, like you said, the Knicks and the Cavs. I can see that happening.
All right, who you got in the West?
Definitely OKC and the Lakers. And then my sleeper team on them, shoot. I I still got a question mark on Denver because I don't know what Denver team gonna come.
They could wake up so I can see them being
right. And then you playing a Joker. You know he going.
They could be the real deal for who you got winning out of the Thunder. We'll go Thunder Laker matchup. We'll just say that the Lakers turn it on and they do their thing, and the Thunder handle business like they expected. Who you got?
Dang, that's a tough one, bro. That'll be a hell of a. That might as. Oh.
Come on, let the fans know they're waiting.
Shit, I have to go on the Laker on the sleeper side.
So you're gonna go with the Lakers?
Cause you already know. Okay, see the big dog that game.
So alright, so you're gonna go Lakers, Cavaliers. So you getting LeBron facing the Cavs in the finals? Is that what you're saying right now?
Is this Bron's last year?
If he beat the Cavs, might as well.
Right.
You done did everything. You done beat the team. You done put on the map and always for years got their first championship, and now you're gonna deny them their second championship. You gonna be the team that denies them their second championship.
Listen, I wasn't going there with that, but now,
because that would be a hell of a storyline you could build for that.
Don't sleep on the Lakers, y'all. I'm telling y'all that, man. Watch out for the Lakers and the Cavs. Watch it.
For everybody who think the NBA is rigged and everything, you know, that's a perfect storyline for the scripted NBA. You feel me? LeBron on the team that he put on the map.
I mean, I kind of think though it's time for Shea to get his too though.
That's why I hate to be the person that picks the 1-1 team. That's like, it's for me right now. It's like making a March Madness bracket. You don't want to pick the number ones to go to the Final Four, but for some way, somehow, most of the time, it's your number ones, your number twos, and number threes making it there. Yeah. So I don't want to come out and say I think it's going to be the Cavaliers and Thunder, but right now, at the end of the day, it's really shaping up to be a Thunder Cavalier matchup in the finals. We can make we all made I like to say our sleeper picks to win our final picks, because I don't think either of us put the Cavs and Thunder actually facing each other in the finals.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, and you guys can give your opinion, I think it really might just come down to the Thunder and Cavaliers if they keep up what they've been doing.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at that.
I think it'll be a hell of a series. That one's definitely going 7. That one's going 7 in my mind for sure. But now we got to move into something we ain't never talked about on the. I think we talked about it one time briefly on the pod. The Masters just happened, and for me, I learned a lot this year. A whole lot about the Masters that I didn't even know that happened. But first, when you're talking about Masters, we got to give this man his flowers just because he went through everything that happened on top of his game. Fell off, came back in 2019, won it again for his 5th time. Tiger Woods. You got to give him his flowers, because I think a lot of people forget that from August of 1999 to September of 2004, he was the number 1 ranked golfer in the world.
Right.
And then came back in June 2005 to October 2010 and was the number 1 golfer in the world.
After getting rolled off.
Like you said, and was the youngest career Grand Slam champion that's winning all 4 majors, the U.S. Open, the Open, the PGA Tour, and the Masters at 20. He did all that, and he holds the lowest shooting round, I think, at the U.S. Open, too. Like, we can go on and on. He was in the limelight from 2, but I don't think right now he got a lot of dirt and everything thrown on his name, so I just want to give him his flowers, like we love to do on the Stat Junkies podcast. Tiger Woods.
Yeah, well, whatever you did in your personal life ain't got nothing to do with it.
They wanted to blow it up. I don't care. I played PGA golf because it said Tiger Woods on it. Me and Gentry were just talking about that earlier. Every boy in the hood was playing golf when Tiger Woods was the number 1 player. PGA Tiger Woods 2007, 2006. Everybody was playing. I don't care who you were. You could go over a person's house. They were playing
Right.
They at least had the disc.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to give him his flowers.
Yeah, shout out to Tiger Woods, man, for real. Opening up mad doors now. You see where golf is today, you know, for sure.
But I wanted to talk about the Masters because did you know just the Sunday, because I think it's like a 4-day event.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday alone, the last day, they drew 12.7 million viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that face over there, Gentry. You didn't know golf was that big, did you?
Well, look at the purses. Look at the money they bring home.
Yeah.
That just tells you the type of purses they bring home after these championships. Because if you just named all those tournaments that Tiger Woods won, you could just imagine what the purse was overall, what his overall winnings have been through his career.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Hundreds of M's.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I mean? So
official
it's
money.
money up there.
Official
country clubs and all.
Oh yeah.
And 20,999,166 official earnings from from golf. Not talking endorsements, not talking anything. This is from the PGA website. You can go ahead and look it up yourself. If you don't believe me, go ahead and fact check me. You know I say on it. 120 M's. 82 personal PGA Tour wins.
Crazy.
Made the cuts 339 times out of 378. 199 top 10 finishes, 31 runner-ups. Like, the list goes on and on.
The truth.
You can't... You talk about golf, you got to think about Tiger, and you got to think about the next person we're going to talk about. But I got some fun facts for you guys about Augusta National, because I hooked Gentry onto it, and we were talking about it before.
Yeah.
That place being so historical and being the only place that the Masters is played at, first off, once you win, you only get part ownership. You only get part membership.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't get full membership into the.
Right.
I think it's an exclusive list who's all actually a part of it 100%.
No, that's my bad.
Yeah. And you just heard what he just said about Tiger.
You ain't getting full access.
Tiger ain't even a part of it.
Tiger ain't even a part of it. God damn.
Now let me tell you what's not allowed on the course while you're there. So you know what's allowed during practice. You're allowed phones. You're allowed a small purse, cameras, and everything. But once it start the non-practice rounds, you're not allowed cell phones, electronic device, prohibited at all times. You got to check it into a locker. No cameras, no large bags, no rigid chairs or chairs with arms, no flags, banners, signs, strollers, ladders, selfie sticks, golf shoes with metal spikes or footwear with a pointed heel, no running.
What is this, a pool? I thought it was grass.
And don't ask for an autograph. Autograph seeking is only allowed in designated areas near the practice range and par 3 course during the par 3 contest.
So they'll tell you who up there, Trump, all them up there. Don't come walking up on nobody you see up here.
Hey, limited.
You know what I'm saying? You see Donald Trump up here, don't come over asking for no autograph.
And check this out. You're only allowed to enter.
And better not have on metal cleats.
You're only allowed to enter the gate twice. So you leave, go back in, leave again, go back in. You better not leave it. So if you smoke, you better.
You're not going to be in and out of here.
You're only allowed 2 per day.
That just tells you right there, high security people up in here.
I think there's even a dress code. There's a strict dress code, and patrons should avoid shorts, denim, untucked shirts, and 5 pocket pants. So you better come in
2, 3, 4, 5.
No cargo.
Your little pocket right here.
You don't come in dress pants or dress
the golf joints. Yeah.
Come dressed like a golfer or come in and
you not getting in here.
No.
I ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna uppercut your ass.
Yeah, right.
You're not getting in here.
There right now with the pants.
There ain't no Hunter Biden. We got Hunter Biden back here, bro. You in with that.
You're not getting in here.
It's such a legendary course and historical event that they're allowed to do that. And then another fun fact, as I was telling you earlier, This is their menu. As you're looking right here, you see the most imported beer is $6. That's the most expensive thing on there. Anything food wise under $5. You think you gonna go there and spend like $50, $60 on food, right? Nope. You go there, you can actually spend $20 on the whole family. And pick the
Man, listen.
Because all their merchandise, all their money is made off of merchandise sales. Because I read a thing now, I didn't fact check it, but I'm pretty sure you can only get Masters stuff at the Masters.
That's crazy.
Right. Look, poor folks only charge poor folks high price. Rich folks don't got to tax you. Rich folks ain't got to tax you. $3 for this sub, man. $3 for the sandwich, man. Go get you a sandwich. I mean, it be the people that maybe, you know what I mean, that be charging.
All I'm gonna say is don't be surprised if you be on the TVs at the Masters just in the crowd one day, because hey, that's cheap food. The golf's getting better because Rory McIlroy, who we about to talk about, hats off to him. Congratulations, because he's been chasing the his career Grand Slam. I think he lost like 8 times in the Masters before this. He finally went and won this one. Yeah. Became, I think, the 6th person ever to win all 4 of them. So hats off to him. He only get part membership too. Don't worry, he ain't getting full membership either. Exclusive, man. To be a part of that.
But he fought his way up,
But the part-time membership or whatever you want to call it, you do get benefits. You get the championship lounge. You get certain amenities. I don't think you get to play free golf all year round, but you get, if you win, you get invited to the Masters every year. So you get a free invitation. So Tiger can play and can miss all year, come back and play in the Masters. Once you win it, you get that. I don't even think you can take your green jacket home. I think that stays there if I'm correct. So that green jacket you see them put on and they get their name put on the back, you don't get to take that shit home. That shit stay there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you gotta be a full-time member to get that. But you're allowed to wear it on the premises and stuff like that. And if you win, you get to make a whole dinner menu.
That's crazy.
They cook you a whole dinner. You get to pick from the appetizers to the entrees to the drinks to the side trays.
But you gotta also think though, this is the opportunity to be around people you'd never ever be around in your life. The elite people in the world. You know what I mean? The shot callers for real. You know what I mean? So just even to have him, just being able to come there and have that, you know, comparison to someone who has a membership is enough to get you through the door in anything. You know what I mean? Because now you get to go in there with the guys who, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Trailblaze the game and start off. You know that
if you're somebody trying to do something, you want to be around the folks who you can network and pitch your idea to. The guys who spending money on ideas like yours. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to get around. Right. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're not wrong there. And golf is an exclusive club. Like,
that's where all the business gets handled. American business gets handled on the golf course. They tell you this, the stock market. The stock market.
They playing their game. They talking about what they about to do.
Where do our presidents? They go meet. They have meetings.
Of course. And that's why I gotta give hats off to the Masters and how they did it, because I always thought that the food was expensive. I expected a dress.
You thought it was a real bougie place to be,
You know, but I understand not having the phones, because being a golfer, I'm not any good at it or anything, but on the golf course, don't bring your phone. It is kind of peaceful. Turn that phone off.
Some members might not want pictures.
You was out there quiet, man.
You feel me? That's my time. That's my time.
This is my time.
You feel me? And I get it. And now you keeping the respectful. You keeping them and only watching the golf. So you're paying to actually watch what's going on. You're not paying to just, I went to the Masters. You're gonna sit through 4 days of.
Then we let everybody take pictures and video, and then no one will pay to come.
No one will pay to come. You watch it on TV. So now you got to either watch it, tune in, and give them the viewership on the ESPN, or you got to go give them the money at the gate.
That's like all these comedians right now. Dave Chappelle, you can't have your camera, you can't have your phone. They make you put your phone in a little bag and put it under the seat.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like, you can't. They don't want you to, because now if I let you film my comedy show, who's gonna come when I come to the next city?
I can go on YouTube and find the whole. You type in all the old comedies. You can go on YouTube and find the whole thing on somebody's phone held up like this.
Yeah.
and it's like the second most watched video.
And let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. The average American isn't rushing and saving up to go to the next golf tournament. Right. So the only way we keep it relevant and what people want is the secrecy, the exclusiveness of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they're smart for it, and I definitely think I would go to.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. And I definitely go pick my girl on.
Hey, for sure.
Best 20 I ever spent.
Bro, you feel me? Best.
You know what I mean? I need the fries, that chicken club, all that. I need that Masters Club. I need all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. They ain't tell you how much the yak was. I want to know how much is the Hennessy.
Hold up.
They want to tell everything else. How much is the dog?
If y'all got it. I know y'all got something back there.
They probably ain't got the liquor there because they ain't want you acting a fool.
These rich elites, that's all they do is drink the liquor.
No, they got white wine. That's the replacement. They got white wine.
They probably got the white anything of it though.
Like white wine, imported beer, domestic beer, crow's nest. What is crow's nest?
That's what I'm saying.
What the hell is crow's nest? Hold up. For people at home, I know y'all.
Let's put you down.
I'm gonna say that's a drink. I'm gonna type in drink.
Because the crow's nest, all I know is that it's like a sniper, but you know what I mean? The sniper where you go on top of the roof, they call the crow's nest or whatever. Like where you hide at. Where a sniper hide at.
Yeah. Even when you hitting, they got that shit you can buy from Gandhi, all that shit you can climb up the yeah.
All right, here you go. I just found. Let's see. What is a crow's nest made of? Crow's nests are primarily. Well, not the actual crows. I want the drink. I said crow's nest drink.
I was about to say they gonna tell me what it really made out of.
Alcohol.
Yeah, what's the alcohol? I don't care about the juice, the lemon, the wine. Oh, maybe it's not an alcoholic drink because it says ingredients: ice cubes, orange juice, cranberry juice.
What?
Grenadine and lime.
Grenadine and lime. Oh, that could be good. Grenadine's like a sweetener.
A non-alcoholic drink from the Mr. Boston official bartender's guide. So it is non-alcoholic.
Okay.
That sounds good, actually. Yeah.
I'm over here looking like, where the alcohol? It ain't even an alcoholic drink, but they charge it like it's alcohol, $6. I'm complaining about that. That's still cheaper than
going. Real healthy for you, yeah. You know, these rich folks don't deal with the poisons we be taking in. They don't want no drinks. They don't want nothing.
But we definitely, I think the people at home, they need to start tuning into golf more because it is definitely evolving more. Because I was just telling Gentry about the dude we covered last year, Scott Sheffield.
Oh, yeah. I went and checked him out.
No, he went on a tear last year. I think he won like 6-7 different PGA tours, including he already won the Masters twice, and I think he's only 28 years old.
Yeah.
So golf is evolving, but all in all, man, y'all gotta tune into this basketball side of things. Basketball is picking up. As y'all see, we went a little basketball special for you guys today. Had to throw in the Masters because it's a big deal. It definitely surprised me.
No, right. A lot of big things going on in sports right now.
But
playoff tournaments,
Some about to end, some about to begin.
Out of all the three we talked about, you had the playoffs, you had the new season for the WNBA and Unrivaled. You had both those. Which one are you most interested to see kick off? The playoffs, or are we leaning towards see what this WNBA is about to do with the Unrivaled and the new season with Paige Beckers and everybody stepping into play? Because that's about to start up, I think, in May.
And it's all of them. You feel me? It's basketball.
Basketball's basketball. Baseball, we're going to get into that when we bring back Coach Kai and everything, because I like to have the analysts when we go ahead and talk baseball. You feel me?
Right. But I'm ready. Besides the fact that I'm ready to see the Ohio State Buckeyes freshman 6'4", 237-pound quarterback play.
Man, listen.
I'm waiting to see the NBA play. And I'm always keeping close eye on the ladies because I'm anxious to see them get it on. But I'm ready to see. Right now it's really in the NBA. It's the strong survive. And it's so bad, and you haven't seen it this balanced in a long time. So it's really anxious to see who comes out of where. It's like give me like March Madness vibes.
Yeah,
like March Madness vibes. Like, oh,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't really know who gonna win. I don't know who can win this. You know. So I'm anxious to see where it goes. You know.
I agree 100%. Anything else, Gentry? Anything you like to say before we head on out of here for tonight?
Hey, just tap into that NBA playoffs because it's gonna be the East ain't
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic, but that East is gonna have to grow on y'all though. But that West gonna be where it's at though, for sure.
Anything you like to say to the fans, brothers, coming back out on the live again?
And good to see everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep supporting, keep showing the love, man. You know, we're gonna keep giving you all that insight. That's for real. Thank everybody, for real. And if I can get the Lakers and the Eagles, then it's a perfect world. If my Lakers can win the ring after my Eagles got one, then life's good for me.
I understand.
But Bronny, if you get a ring off the bench, man.
You know the top, man. Everybody gonna be so mad. You gonna wear that for you. You know you gonna wear that. You gonna wear that.
Hey, but even though as much as I'm a Lakers fan and I want them to do everything, like even if they did go, and I can honestly say, like if the Cavs were there, I'd want the Cavs to win. Yeah, just because what I see the Cavs have right now.
So crazy.
They deserve it.
Could have been. Mitchell is where I felt like Kyrie should have been when the Cavs before LeBron came back.
Facts.
You know what I mean? This is the Cavs I saw as Kyrie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to see where they at now, man. You know?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it for real.
Oh yeah.
But go Knicks.
Yeah. They got a squadron for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel it, and I just want to say.
Cleveland alone, man. Guardians, Cavs,
man. Just look at it, man.
That's why I told you, we gotta talk about Cleveland almost every pod because they're starting to come around, and the fans at home, they just love Cleveland. They love Cleveland in general.
Man.
They really do. But I want to remind you guys to remember to like and share the pod. We appreciate all the support.
Definitely.
And don't forget, next week, as you see, we posted on the page, we got a special coming out for you guys, a draft special the day before the draft. We're going to break down things from college football to the NFL. We definitely going to talk about, which I'm glad none of us spoke about and didn't try to dive into, we definitely going to talk about the Nico situation going on in Tennessee and the whole NIL taking over, sitting out and everything. So stay tuned for the next pod.
I said Cass was going to start doing that.
Hey, we called it. So like I said, next week, that will be a Wednesday. Tune in. We got something special for you guys. I appreciate all the support. And remember, the stats don't lie.
Peace.